can sell him to Japan. I can use him. I can take him to Mexico and use him like this. Or he can go to independent league and be the face of independent league for no money. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many ways that they use us as players. Like, in the independent league and Atlantic League, they have a Bryant Nelson rule. That rule is like, because they kept trying to send me to these garbage teams, and I'm like, no, you can release me and I'll go where I want, right? And so they had a rule, if you get released, that the team had your rights or something. And they call it the Bryant Nelson rule because I was controlling where I played. It's like, anytime you have your own voice, man, it's really, really hard, man. It's all of our heroes, bro, like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, JFK, anybody with their own voice, man, it's not popular. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tough road, but I promise I wouldn't do anything different. You know what I'm saying? Because I know in my heart, I believe in God, and I know that I did everything right. So I have to look at it as it was a way for me to reach more people. You know what I'm saying? If I played in the majors that long, I wouldn't have gone to all those places and actually lived there. You know what I mean? Like Italy. And so I have to look at it in different ways. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not to say I'm not mad about it, but you still have to look at it in a way to get over it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I mean, man, that's a tough situation there. But
Yeah.
now I do this rapid fire segment with all my guests. So you ready for this?
Yeah, I got you.
Kawhi Leonard's laugh or Kevin Hart's laugh?
Kawhi all day. Kawhi.
Favorite
I can't even do it.
Oh, you can't.
No, it's awesome. I can't. You don't want to do it. It's just his.
Yeah. Favorite food?
My mom's meatloaf.
But so obviously you're a coach now with your son, but would you consider being a coach in the major leagues if they give you the opportunity?
Yes, for sure.
Like a manager or a hitting coach?
I would like to be a manager because I really think like I know the game like that, and I like to manage. Hitting coach would probably be a safer job, less chance of getting fired. But I like to manage. I really think I would be a really good manager.
What are your thoughts? Actually, who do you think is the best shortstop in the game right now?
Tim Anderson. I love Tim Anderson. His hands, his everything, his swagger. Yeah, I like Tim Anderson right now.
Thoughts on Gleyber Torres from the Yankees?
Hey, I like him. What do you? I know what you think about him, but no, bright future. Staying healthy is. You guys will have a really good chance of doing some good things in the future.
Yeah,
for sure.
What new things are you learning during this quarantine?
I'm learning a lot about people, that they don't like themselves and they don't like their families. No, I'm just joking. I'm learning a lot about myself, though. I'm reading a lot, man, and just how to adult more. You know what I'm saying? Like some days you're not an adult. We're doing childish things, and just learning how to stay in order, keep my life in order, take care of business first. Like I've always done that, but you give yourself an excuse when you have to work and you're on the road all the time. So now I'm starting to become more organized. So when I do go back on the road, I'll have a legit, way of living instead of being in chaos all the
time. All right. So what was your most memorable game that you played in the majors and Japan League?
My most memorable game in the majors was in LA. It was just a game I wasn't even supposed to play. I was drunk the night before. Wasn't even supposed to thought I wasn't going to play. And ended up there were like 5 Japanese scouts there. And then I played the next day. I went 2 for 3 with a double, threw a guy out. Yeah, that was pretty memorable. It was, yeah. And hung out. Me and Ricky hung out and did some things after. Yeah, it was cool. That was probably my most memorable day.
Yeah, speaking of Ricky, actually, he's obviously one of the best baseball players in my opinion. If you don't mind, can you put in the word for my podcast? I would like to have him on the
Man, that is a tough sell right there, man. I don't know if ESPN can get Ricky. But yeah, dude, I'll see if I can be with him, and then he can just pop in the screen or something. But I don't know. I'll ask him. But that's a tough sell right there.
Yeah. What do you like to do outside of coaching?
Man, really, I'm a mentor, man. I really like helping kids, man. Right now, I have at least 2 places outside of the U.S., St. Thomas and another place outside of the U.S. that we're going to organize some baseball stuff in academies in other countries, just to help kids, man, and like to educate them. That's really my thing, man. I'm big on educating kids and helping them because they're being abused and used all over the world, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And any of them that we can get in a group and realize what they're doing is right, I think that's the way to go, you know?
Yeah, that's amazing what you guys are doing. It's such an inspiration, and
Thank you.
I love doing that. Here in New York and New Jersey, we love helping. I love helping out the community here in New Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
and helping the kids here too, and other people. That's what I love to
Mm-hmm.
do. That's the main thing, helping out people. And I would like to help you out with your situation too, with the kids you help out with too.
Oh, for sure, man. We'll definitely stay in contact. One of my really good friends is from New Jersey. He has a baseball academy there and everything.
Oh,
Jack Cuss. It's called Diamond Nation. He partnered with Jenny Finch, and she
oh,
has a
I know that. Yeah.
yeah. That's Jack and I. We played together with the Diamondbacks, man. I was at his wedding and everything. Yeah, that's my guy, man. He's from
Where,
Flemington,
so
around Flemington area. Yeah.
so the academy's in Flemington.
Yep, they have 2 of them. They have Jack Cuss Baseball Academy, and they have Diamond Nation Academy. Yep, it's in Flemington.
I didn't know about this until today, but I know all about Jenny Finn. She is amazing. She's such an inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
She helps out a lot of people, and Jack Cuss. Now I might have to. I'm definitely going to tag Jenny Finch. I would like to have her on too, but I got to go check that academy out now. So
Oh yeah, it's awesome, man. It's like 6 to 10 or 6 or 8 turf fields, man, and like you have an indoor batting cages, like 10 cages for the kids, and outdoor cages. Yeah, they host a lot of tournaments, dude. Like during the summers, you should check it out sometime when they're having a big one.
yeah. So what are your thoughts on this Michael Jordan documentary? If you saw it.
Um, First of all, I'm from Arkansas, about 15 minutes from where Scottie Pippen grew up. So
nice.
I'm a little bit kind of like, I don't like how Scottie was represented at all. You know what I mean? Because like he was not the villain, in my opinion. I think he was the glue actually that kept that team apart together. Even Phil said it, like it was more Scottie that was the leader, you know. So he came off selfish in a way and in other ways. But other than that, it was awesome for the younger generation to get to see what we already know. Is that Jordan is the GOAT. Like he has the GOAT mentality. That it's not that he's the best. He just has the GOAT mentality. Like same as this guy, like his little brother. Like he has the GOAT mentality. So I'm just happy that the kids got to see, like, look, man, these guys were rock stars before the internet. The world knew who these guys were before the internet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and the reason that LeBron and all these guys can even do this is because of this. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was good to see, especially for my son. These guys, these millennials have to see, like, those dudes were legit. So.
Yeah. So speaking of Scottie Pippen, I learned a lot from this documentary. I really learned a lot, and I interviewed one of the skills coach from Sierra Canyon. It's a high school where LeBron's son plays in, Bronny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I interviewed one of the skills coach, and Scottie Pippen's son, Pippen Jr., joined into the live last week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that boy.
Yeah, so I reached out to him trying to come on the show. Hopefully he comes on,
Mm-hmm.
because I would like to get his perspective on his father.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if I do that, then I think it's good to have connections with their sons first and kids, whoever they have,
Mm-hmm.
and build that connection with the kids, and then hopefully maybe have their father or former
Right.
athlete on the show too. So
No, man, I like what you're doing, man. The more that people get to hear our stories, not, like it's cool to get the celebrity guys, but I think there's more stories that people need to hear they can relate to as a person. Like the little crazy stuff, like that we all go through in life, and
yeah,
not just the superstar life, but um, I think people like Scotty and his those kids, we have to realize like we're putting those kids are the ones that are coming up now. It's a lot of former athletes' kids
yeah,
that are like gonna be really special in the game, and the sports are gonna be good for a long time coming up.
yeah,
Hopefully, baseball will start to be more receptive of black players. I'll say. I mean, I can't say hopefully because they are, and a lot was drafted this year. And my son's a part of the Major League Baseball developmental program.
okay.
So, and they have the Hank Aaron Invitational. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but next year, man, you should come out to that. They were gonna have it this year in July, but it was canceled.
Where is that at?
Uh, it's in Florida, in Vero Beach, at Dodger Town, in Vero
Oh,
Beach, Florida. And they invite like probably 150 African American kids from all around the country. They have big league coaches, big league everything for them, and they train them. And they chose 44 players to go play in a game at the Atlanta Braves Stadium, SunTrust Stadium in Atlanta. It was called the Hank Aaron Invitational. My son was lucky enough to be one of those 44.
nice.
So yeah, it was awesome, man. So the kids are out there playing. So
Yeah,
it's just a matter of getting seen and getting the opportunity. That's it.
yeah. And the last two things here before I let you go. This is a
Hmm.
question I've been bringing up to all my guests about the late Kobe Bryant and you wearing the
Hmm.
shirt. So being for you being a former athlete and now a coach, what did Kobe mean to you? His daughter Gianna and Mama mentality.
Well, everyone knows Kobe was my guy. Kobe was my
Yeah,
favorite player. We went through so many of the things to see, like, the things I just talked about, like how he handled it. And he taught me to handle it through the work, man. Like, handle it through the work. He outworked all of that and made people respect who he was, and not even answer any questions about that. Like, that guy was like, no one could tell me, how hard someone works, and then the family man he was, and his relationship with G is Gianna was like the relationship I think I have with my son. Like, we can
right,
talk about it. We train. He wants to train. He wants to sit down and watch the games with me. He wants to watch my videos. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, those are the things like I think I have in common with him. Like, and that I've always admired Kobe. It's how he handled stuff at a young age. You know what I mean? So yeah, I won't probably say anything bad about the mom.
yeah.
That's my guy.
So before we get to the last thing, actually, there's a couple things I want to throw out to you. Uh, so me, I do a separate podcast with my friends. It's called Grunt
Hmm.
Talks. It's called Grunt Talks MLB, and I do it. My friends Julian, Bobby, Steve, James, they all do podcasts also, and we would like to have you on that show on Zoom, like a group call.
Okay, sounds good, man. You guys coordinate a date and a time, man, and let me know what we want to speak about, and let's do it.
Yeah, and also you should check out this kid on Instagram. His name is Global Kid Media. He's 13 years
Hmm.
old, and he's interviewed 1,000 people already, and he's trying to be the first sideline kid reporter.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh wow. All right, yeah, I'll check him out, man. Shoot me his link in my DM me his link,
yeah,
and
and
I'll definitely follow him for sure.
I'll also I'll send you our other podcast link too. So when we set up that group call,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll send I'll
For
send
sure.
I'll send it to you.
All right, man.
And the last thing here, would you like to say anything to all the nurses, doctors, and the essential workers?
Yes, for sure. I would definitely like to say thank you very much. You are really underappreciated in how you're being paid and how you're being projected out into the world, risking your life. So I would just like to say myself, I really appreciate everyone out there that's doing their job and that's going to work every day, risking their life to help us and to help us to realize what this virus is all about. Thank you.
Yeah. Well said, and there he is, the great Brian Nelson, former major leaguer,
Yeah,
played
man.
for the Mets